When you're running friends and family, I think there's almost a different priority. The priority is love and care and togetherness and kindness. And then yes, empower your players to enjoy telling the greatest story of the characters possible. However, I think that there are greater benefits to be had with friends and family D&D than just the story. Not that the story is just because it's not important. It is important. It's so important and valuable. But you also get to, maybe you're gaming with your kids, maybe you're gaming with your spouse, maybe you're gaming with your siblings, maybe you're gaming with your close friends. And this might be time that you're going to spend together that, yes, you're going to create amazing stories together, but you might look back with fondness and realize, oh, those were the good days. Those were the days when we laughed together, when everyone was happy and it was fun. So don't take it for granted, guys. Hello, friends. Welcome back to GM Philosophy. I am the GM Philosopher, also known as Josh. It is great to see you. I am a full-time professional D&D game master and TTRPG content creator. I am the author of several books, including the Pro GM's Guidebook. If you want to turn your pro game mastering dreams into a great side hustle or even full-time income like I've done, that is the book for you. You can grab it, links in the description. I've also written The Advanced Art of TTRPG Game Mastery, Deep Philosophy, Insights, and Tactics to help you run emotionally resonant games that will keep your players wanting to come back again and again. You can find links to both of those books in the description if you're interested in hearing my take on those deeper topics. But today I want to talk about something really important that I think doesn't get talked about enough. And this is going to be a chill conversation. I'm drinking a little glass of Coke here. There's almost nothing better than an ice-cold Coca-Cola. I want to talk about friends and family D&D and the importance of it. Now, I talk a lot on this channel about pro game mastering, being a pro game master, and making a side hustle income with your passion and skills as a game master, and sometimes maybe even going full time. I talk a lot about that here because I believe there's a big future in that for this hobby and this craft. However, I'd like to take a moment and talk about friends and family D&D. I'm beginning my own friends and family game back up, and at the end of next weekend. Now, when I call it friends and family D&D, some people would call this free D&D. Oh, my free game, or versus my paid game. I don't like these terms because both of these are leading with money concepts. I don't want to lead with a money concept. I want to call my professional games pro games, and I want to call my free games friends and family games, because that's who comes to my games that I host that are not in a paid space. The games I run for my friends and family. So friends and family D&D is what I call it. And today I want to talk about why this is important, okay? I'm so excited to be running D&D for my friends and family again. It has been over a year since I have run a game inside my house due to all kinds of crazy things going on in my life. In 2025, I had to take a huge step back from not only this channel, but D&D due to personal reasons. Thankfully, I was able to get those things sorted out, and I was able to get back to the channel seriously in November and December. And in January, I made the goal to become a full-time pro game master and TTRPG content creator. And I'm happy to say that in March, I left my JLB to do that. But I've been running all pro games. Now, I don't really run my pro games and my friends and family games any different. I do the same amount of prep. I do the same amount of, planning. I'm even running the same campaign. I'm going to run The Darkest Dawn, which is my most popular pro game campaign. I'm going to be running that for my friends and family game. But friends and family games are really special. They are the cornerstone that this hobby was built on. And they're a big reason for why this hobby continues to thrive. And even though I talk a lot about pro games, there will never be a situation, I believe, where we will see the end of friends and family game masters, the end of people running games at their kitchen tables for fun and, for connection and for laughs and for community. I first started leaning into TTRPGs in a big way back in my early 20s. In my teenage years, I did run them, but I wasn't as serious about them. I would run them, maybe I'd run a one-shot. I'd run a game every 2 weeks. I'd invite all my friends over. I'd get a great idea, and I'd invite my friends over, and I wasn't very good at it. Didn't really try very hard to get better at it. But then I got to a point where I actually did want to get better at it, and I started practicing. I got married when I was very young. I was 20, so I was very young. And then we ended up having a baby you know, about, well, I was 21 when we had a baby. So we were a very young family. And, we didn't have much money. I was very young. I wasn't really established in any kind of career yet. My wife was a stay at home mom with our new baby. We did not have much money. And I chose to lean heavy into TTRPGs because this was something we could do together, me and her, with our friends. This was something that we could do at home. We didn't have to go out. It was very difficult to go out and do things because we had a new little baby. We didn't have much money to spend on things, but this was something that it wouldn't cost anything. For years, we didn't even buy a single book. I downloaded the classic Marvel PDF and printed it out and ran with that. And then we developed our own homebrew system and ran that for years before I even picked up a D&D book. And my first set of D&D books were the 3rd edition books that my friend gave me when he upgraded to 3.5, right? And then he gave me his 3rd edition books. And so I didn't spend $1 on books until I actually got to 5th edition. So here's the thing, is that this became such an important cornerstone and foundation of our life. This became the kind of event that we looked forward to every single week. My friends and I would get together, with my wife. She would be there. And, sometimes, there was a long time where it was me, her, and one of our other friends. And then we got another friend into it. So there were 4 of us for a long time. And then I got really into kind of making it a community event. By the time I started running Dungeons and Dragons, I started actually making it more of a community thing. So I would invite people I met at the game store. I would invite people I met out and about. Pretty much anyone I met who I thought was cool at all. The default thing I would do was invite them to D&D at my house on Saturday nights, right? And then we even started running on Monday nights too. So we ran Saturday night and then Monday night. And we just ran so many awesome epic level campaigns. And, I wasn't the greatest GM all the time. I learned a lot through this period of time. I've learned that I developed some bad habits during those times that I've had to unlearn as a pro GM, but it's all good. We still had so much fun. We made so many memories together, right? There were other young couples who gamed with us who were in a very similar circumstance. They wanted to do fun things. They had, little kids. It was hard for them to go out and party. So, we would run D&D together at the house, and they would come over, and all the kids would watch a movie, and we'd play D&D, and someone would cook dinner. And it was just, the best part of the week. And it was so much fun. And I think that a lot of people underestimate how much importance, how much value, how much positivity, how much health there can be in a good community of friends who get together and laugh together and game together and have adventures together. And I have a very soft place in my heart for friends and family gaming. I love running pro games. I will probably never run as many pro games as I'm running right now. If anything, I'm going to lean more into the YouTube, in the years to come. I'm running 5 pro games right now, and I love them, and I'm going to finish them out and make them amazing. But when I get done with this cycle of pro games, I probably won't launch as many the next cycle around. So I'll probably, kind of reduce it down a little bit, because I have realized that I love doing YouTube, and I kind of want more time to put into YouTube in the future. But I hope I never, ever, ever reach a point where I have to stop running my friends and family games ever again. I had to push pause on those because of life stuff that was happening in 2025. And this was very unfortunate. But, I plan to make this something that I'm going to invite people to. It's going to be the default sort of social center of my life. If I meet someone and I think they're cool, I'll invite them to Friends and Family D&D, and they can come hang out with us. And if they're cool, we'll invite them back. If they're not cool, we won't extend the invite again. We won't invite them to join. This is something that my friends can invite their friends to if they want to hang out. Maybe we have a huge group. Maybe, we used to on Saturday nights, and when I was hosting, sometimes we had such a big group that we would break into 2 groups, and another person would jam another group in the other room. We'd have 2 groups going. I would love it to get that big again, because it's actually, when I'm running Friends and Family D&D, it is actually more of a community thing, a friend thing. It's about time spent together. When I run pro games, the focus is on the story. It's empowering your players to enjoy telling the best possible story of their characters. But when you're running friends and family, I think there's almost a different priority. The priority is love and care and togetherness and kindness. And then yes, empower your players to enjoy telling the greatest story of the characters possible. However, I think that there are greater benefits to be had with friends and family D&D than just the story. Not that the story is just because it's not important. It is important, and it's so important and valuable. But you also get to, maybe you're gaming with your kids, maybe you're gaming with your spouse, maybe you're gaming with your siblings, maybe you're gaming with your close friends, and this might be time that you're going to spend together. That yes, you're going to create amazing stories together, but you might look back with fondness and realize, oh, those were the good days. Those were the days when we laughed together, when everyone was happy and it was fun. So don't take it for granted, guys. Don't take that for granted. It is really important. It's a very important thing. I would say cherish those times, make them the best they can be, love each other, be good to each other, be kind to each other, give each other a hug, at the end of the night, everyone be safe going home. It's just never going to go away. And I wanted to make this video because I wanted to encourage you today that if you are running a friends and family game of D&D, you are really, really doing good work. You are probably creating memories that are going to last far beyond even the stories of the characters. You're going to create memories that are about you guys spending time together. And, that's honestly an incredibly special thing. And so don't take it for granted. You should know that it's important. You should be proud of yourself for doing it. And you should be grateful and humble that you get to take part in it. Because as all things, it may not last forever. Don't take it for granted. Treasure it. Make it happen. Make it the best you can make it. And that's going to be a wrap for this one, guys. Thank you so much for coming back for another episode of GM Philosophy. Empowering Game Masters to run better games is the goal. Roll some D100s for me at your next game, guys. And I will see you on the next one.